Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Key from House of Kiana over on Instagram. I'm also the owner of the blog Affordable Luxe Living, which can be found at www.affordableluxeliving.com, where casual comfort meets style, affordability, and creativity. If you enjoy this content, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and then share with others so that they may find me here in the community. Today, I am going to be sharing with you the easy things that I did to switch the vibe from winter to spring in these two spaces. While I love the coziness that comes along with the winter season, I do also thoroughly love the refreshing vibe that comes with the spring. So one of the first things that I did in this room was decided to change up what was happening here on this console table. It is a mirrored console table, and I love the fact that whatever goes on top of it, it reflects it nicely. I initially had a bunch of battery operated candles here, and it was really nice because, you know, in the wintertime it gets dark a little bit earlier, so you could turn them on and have like a nice warm glow in the late evening or the nighttime. So for spring, I wanted to freshen it up a little bit, and I bought in some glass vases, which I found these at Michael's for those of you who might be looking for some, but you can find these in so many different places. Of course, you can find some in Walmart as well, and more than likely you can find some in the dollar store. But I came across these in Michael's and I decided to grab them while they had a sale going on. In the glass vases are some really tall green branches along with two different sets of stick branches. And all of these I actually got from Michael's, but the stick branches, I bought them a couple of years ago, so I usually just recycle them and bring them out every year because I love the mixture of the greenery with the wood-like branches. I said this before and I'll say it over and over and over again. I am a huge fan of faux florals that mimic the real thing. So I was really happy with these. Michael's has a sale going on right now. So when I post this video, if you're seeing it at the time of me posting or within the same week, you might want to check your Michael's because they actually have a sale going on. I got these branches all for 30% off, which turned out to be a pretty good price, and I'm very happy with the combination of them. Not only did they add texture for this particular side of the room and color, but they also added height. And having the white backdrop, they're just highlighted even more. So I love what this has done over here. I did not want to use a colorful vase because I felt like it would provide some additional distraction to what was happening here with the greenery and the branches. And I just wanted to keep it simple. And so I love what this has done. And so I'm pretty happy with this console table. Now, as far as my side table goes between my two high back chairs, I added a small bouquet of these pink florals. I love, love, love these because they actually almost look like the flowers that grow in my backyard, almost to the T. So I was more than thrilled to have found them, and of course picked up a few, and I just bring them out every year. I just may use them in different spaces. So here is a mixture of medium pinks, dark pinks, and you know, some hints of green, and then the center of those have a little bit of yellow in there. So I thought that these would be so pretty to add to this space, and because I have a conjoining space with my living room and my dining room, oftentimes this is the method that I choose when I'm decorating this space, but I carry the same colors through to both rooms. On my coffee table, I decided to keep things pretty simple, and I layered that with a bunch of books, and they all have black covers to them. So I love that it adds that layer of simplicity, but it also gives the eye something to look at. So it keeps it pretty light and airy on the table, even though the covers of the books are black. The table itself is, of course, the glass and mirrored and metal and acrylic element mixture. And I just think that having the black books on there elevates it, but keeps it very simple. And then I have some coasters there, which I just recently found at Home Goods. I love the little carrying case, and I love the brass handle to it. But as far as anything else that I've added to this space, that would be the bulk of it, keeping everything very simple, but just adding a touch of that spring vibe. I did also bring in this C table, which is an acrylic C table. It does give another layer for anybody who sits in this seat to be able to have a place to sit their drinks on, or you can sit a book on, or whatever the case may be. But it just provides some additional table space, but at the same time, it doesn't take away from or add to the idea of it just being too much going on in that area, because it is clear and it's acrylic. To me, I think it adds to that refreshing light and airy vibe. So moving into the dining room, it is always one of the spaces that I feel like you can have so much fun with, because you can get so creative and do so many different things on your table for the place settings. For spring, I decided to play up my pinks, of course. And although I talk about having pinks in both spaces that are connected to one another, I actually had the darker color pinks in this area, and in the dining room area, I went slightly lighter. I decided to add a mixture of open roses, closed roses, and also some additional greenery to that particular setting. And I just love how it came out. I decided not to change up my placemats or the green chargers. I love the look of them, and I also love the placemats as well. To be honest with you, I think this is a great way to show how you can use an item or a color and flow literally from one season to the next. It just depends on what you happen to mix it with. Some things work a little bit better for particular seasons, but in this case, these actually worked for both the winter season and the spring season. As far as the napkins and the napkin rings go, I decided to have a little bit of fun with the rings themselves. And I used some rhinestone octopuses for the napkin rings. I think they are so fun. I think they do add an additional element of interest to the table. Definitely a conversation piece, and I'm really happy with them. I also added a long mauve colored piece of fabric, and I layered it on the table, laid it across the table on one end, and did not repeat the same thing on the other end. You can of course take something like this, layer it down the center of the table. You can drape it over both sides of the table, but I wanted to keep it simple and just layer it on one side of the table going across. And I love the effect of it. I love what it has done to the look of the room. But my gem for this spring is a huge faux tree that you see here. This tree I actually got from Costco. It is the infamous real looking olive tree that so many people were raving about. I had been on the hunt for it, read a lot of reviews on it, and so it was just a must that I get it. So yeah, it is a little bit pricey, but this is one of those things where some of my items I choose to consider as an investment, meaning I'm definitely gonna have it for a long period of time, and I for sure know that I can use it through different areas of my house. And even if I were to switch houses, I could take this and use it in the next place. I'm sure I could find some place to use it. So this is my prized piece for this season, and I 1000% love it. So if you're looking for a great faux greenery tree with some height, with some fullness, this one also comes with a pot, a gorgeous round textured like pot. It also has some material in the pot that gives the illusion of dirt. It is an awesome, awesome buy. I would rate this as a 10 out of 10. I think the height of it is about 8 feet. I'll have to look at the specs again, but I think it's about 8 feet. So pretty tall, and it definitely gave this room the spring feel that I was looking for. As far as the place settings go, I always like to do things that are gonna be easy on the pockets, and this is one of those times where I definitely let that come into play, because I chose to keep the same chargers and the same placemats on the table, and I just added my white plates trimmed in gold. Those are some favorites of mine. And I kept my Christian Siriano glasses, the same there. I just switched out my champagne glasses, and also I found some cute glasses, green glasses with texture on them. If you've been following me for a while, then you know that I am a huge fan of green. I absolutely love green. I actually have to talk myself out of wearing green so much because I love it. And you know, it can get a little bit boring if you're wearing the exact same color all the time. For some people, maybe. So I have to talk myself out of it because sometimes I do want to see myself in a different color, but green is my favorite. So before I keep rambling about that, that is all that I have done in both rooms to bring in that spring vibe. I am very happy with what it feels like when you walk in. It feels light, it feels airy, but there's also a ton of texture going on in here. And greenery is one of those things that you can use that you will never, ever go wrong with. So those are the simple things that I've done to both rooms to give it the spring vibe. Again, thank you all so much for stopping by. Again, I am Key from House of Kiana over on Instagram. I'm also the owner of the blog Affordable Luxe Living, found at www.affordableluxeliving.com, where casual comfort meets style, affordability, and creativity. And before I sign off, if you enjoy this content, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and share with others so that they may find me here in the community. Bye now.